Choosing to ameliorate the trade area in Africa equally means exploring the African commodities. An independence in these commodities by the African continent is equally another means to ameliorate intra-African trade. This implies implementation of industrialization and adopting renewable energies in Africa.
To break commodity dependence, Africa has to create the enabling infrastructure to break the silos and fragmentation that exists on the continent. We're endowed with a lot of commodities, but that endowment does not necessarily translate into value-based or value addition that can lead to transformation. The intermediate products, we need to be able to move those products or those commodities to the things we eat and drink and wear every day requires lots of investments. So no matter how much you develop some of the commodities in a particular country, you may not necessarily get the yield you're looking for, and certainly you're still going to need things that require dependence on others.
Unlike popular view, Africa actually has the means to overcome the commodity dependence towards European countries, according to Dr. Edem Adogewu. Fulfilling this could be a great step towards the accomplishment of an independent Africa.
There has to be a strategic industrial policy, alignment of industrial policies across the continent. Each country cannot be doing the same thing. We have to look at certain value chains where, we're not creating demand for others to create supply. Looking at regions of the continent that have certain commodities, others that have other resources, and make sure that we create the mutual vulnerabilities necessary for us to depend on each other. Like what happened during the pandemic, where we're forced to look within. There's a lot that exists on the continent. The challenge is that we're siloed. And even when we are successful in doing it in one country, we struggle to replicate the same experience in multiple countries because we don't have the relationships, the networks necessary to build those capacities in those countries as well. And so we end up depending on imports all the time. So it's not impossible. It's just we have to set the commitment and take a project approach, identify projects and value chains that we can use as a proof of concept of commodity, winning ourselves out of commodity dependence.
Breaking African commodity dependence is part of Afreximbank's strategy to ameliorate trade and investments between African countries.